Welcome students. Today we are having a discussion about funnel. Already I hope we have had our online classes. The same recording will be available in my YouTube. Previously we discussed fennel and coriander together. Both of them we have even in the practicals also. They have differences in their microscopy and their macroscopy and even their chemical constituents, and only thing is they are Umbelliferaceae family fruits. So you can see that video too, but this I'm just giving the same details which I have we have discussed previously, just a revision modified. So I hope this will be more feasible for you to even write your record, and some of them they have completed their practicals also. So we will just go into it. Fennel. Today we are going to discuss only about fennel. So we are a medicinal purpose. We are taking the fruit of this fennel plant, and the fennel is actually, we know in Malayalam we used to say it is Perinjeeragam. Caraway is Jeeragam, and this Perinjeeragam we are using flavoring agent in when we prepare non-veg, even in vegetarian also. And also we might have seen almost every hotels they used to keep while in the table, while come after food we used to take this. So you may be knowing why we are taking this, usually for digestive purpose, and also it has volatile principles, so which are having more useful, that most of us we know that, but still we are going to do about the pharmacognostic work, its macroscopy, microscopy, and its powder microscopy, and all these things. Even it can have a chemical test like in volatile oil, but we are not performing chemical test for this in our lab. So anyhow, all the other analysis can be done, pharmacognostic analysis can be done for fennel. So in this we will talk about, we know this plant, even it is grown most of our places, even in the garden it can be grown. Its flowers, yellowish flowers, the flowers are like umbrella, and even for this caraway, dill, most of the Umbelliferaceae fruits, the flowers are like umbrella, and it's Umbelliferaceae fruits. The fruits will be actually, most of the normal locally they used to say it's a seed, but it's not a seed, it's a fruit. It has the full fruit character. When you take a microscopical character and when you study, and you study the cognostic study, that time you will understand it is a fruit. So what's the definition, what's the biological source when you want to say about fennel? Always you should listen, and you should, as I told you, have discussed with your colleague, you repeatedly reading is needed for to know this botanical names and biological names. So what is the definition when you want to say it's a fennel consists of the dried ripe fruit of Formiculum vulgare. Formiculum vulgare. So it's pronounced nicely, and you can remember also Phoeniculum vulgare, Umbelliferaceae family. So we are taking ripe fruits for the medicinal purpose, and our even for as a spice we are using in various preparations. And when we see in European countries, even they used to collect the bulb like onion. Even this plant Verniculum vulgare can produce a bulb in their just in the below the stem part. You can find out a bulb which is white in color like onion. So that is very tasty, and so they used to use, and also it is very good salad, and it has energetic and fresh vegetable. So that is also they have taken as an edible, they have used for salad purpose in European countries, and it is a very main food for their salad preparations. So that also I have added as a video, and previously also I shown that in previous lecture also I have shown that for you, the same video only. I will just repeat that as an additional to you to show that this plant is having all the parts are also having some uses and application for the various purposes. And you can see geographical source is also important when you are writing sometimes an essay question, or sometimes if they ask write about fennel, you have to write the geographical sources. So if you see Europe, India, China, Egypt, Mediterranean origins. Fennel is indigenous to Mediterranean countries and Asia. It is largely cultivated in France, Saxony, Japan, Gallica, Russia, India, and Persia. So see the plant, the flower, yellowish flowering, and before the fruit ripening, it will be like this. You can see the flowering time. It was even when the video you can see in Gujarat, they have acres of land they are cultivating fennel. You know, this having a lot of usage in various purposes. After food, chewing is common, and you might have seen fennel even coated with sweet sugar jaggery they used to supply. And there are various preparations are also available which we might have seen. So we know that it has very good carminative effect, it has very good digestive effect, and also it has induced menstruation if anybody is having abnormal menstruation for females, PCODs, it initiates. So it has many other uses also. It has even antipyretic effect, and also it has been antibacterial effect also they have identified. Even when you are chewing, you might have seen that it has some stimulant effect even. So these all things have a parameter made us to study in detail about the pharmacognostic character, which will be more helpful for the various researches and studies can also be done. Now also still it's going on. See, this is the plant very commonly available in Asia. Cultivation and collection, it is cultivated and collected. Why? Because it has market value. So that's the reason. So fennel, a hardy, beautiful plant, perennial, umbelliferaceous herb, perennial herb with yellow flowers as we have seen, and feathery leaves grows wild in many parts of the world usually, but cultivated. Why? Because we need an uniform quality to be maintained, and it even you can have an good constituents, good presence of volatile oil, and collection can be done without any adulteration. So these all are advantages in cultivating a medicinal plant. Fennel is propagated by seeds during April in ordinary soil. So this is normally they used to propagate by means of seeds. Where is the seed? The seed itself inside the fruit, the Umbelliferaceae fruit can be used. Understand? That's why they are telling that is seed means you cannot think that is separately there is dehiscence and seeds will be coming out. No, fruits which having inward in pharmaceutical word, if you want to impregnate it, or it is inside the fruit. When you take a section, when you study the microscopy of fennel, you will understand what do you mean by this Umbelliferaceae fruits, where the seed is present inside the fruit. As we have seen the big fruits, the same like mango, we can see in a small fennel also the same structures will be present in a different manner. So fennel is propagated by seeds during April in ordinary soil. Ordinary soil. Fennel requires abundant sunlight and is adequate to dry in sunny, adapted and is adapted to dry in sunny situations. It does not call for heavily manured ground, but it will yield more on well-drained calcareous soil. So, if you want to have an yield, they have observed in their statistical study, calcareous soil are having more advantage in giving a best yield while cultivating. About 4.5 to 5 kg of seed are sown per acre of land, either in drills or 15 inches apart, evenly covered with soil. So you see, when you want to plant in acres, 5 acres, 50 acres or 100 acres, it will be very difficult for manually doing by human being. So there are many machineries are available which can do this seedlings or develop the seedlings and plant the seedlings uniformly with a proper distance according to the programming in that machine, and it can be done. Even in the video also I have taken a small video which can also show you about the efficacy, about the operation of that particular machinery, how they are planting the seedlings. The plant grows to a height of 2 meters, erect and cylindrical, and take enough space in branching. That which we have seen the picture, when you observe in the video, still more you will understand how the branches, what is its capacity of the plant and how much it needs for its development. Most of the branches bearing leaves cut into very finest of segments. The plant bears fruits in the second year. The plant bears the fruits in the second year, and the bright golden flowers, flat terminal umbels. That means the flower will be like an umbel. That's why umbelliferous here. That's umbels bloom in July and August. The fruits are collected by cutting the stem in September when the fruits are ripe. Okay, so in July the flowers, and even in the August, and the fruits will be collected within 1 month by cutting the stem. So this is one way of collecting the fruit. And as I told from the beginning, fruit we are taking for various medicinal purpose and for flavoring purpose, and also we are using for many ornamental purpose also. But at the same time, the plant is also having another part which is having more edible, and in European countries they are using it as a salad. Do you remember I told the bulb of the plant? So in that case, they are not waiting for the flowering time. They are not waiting for the collecting the fruits. They found whether the bulb is formed, and immediately they will collect the bulbs by means of a machine which can dig it properly without damaging the bulb. They will cut the shoot system, and the bulb alone they used to collect and pack it, and properly they are exporting, and also they are supplying to the whole European countries. And not only European countries, they used to supply for Arab and various countries. They have this salad was white color bulb. It is very interesting and tasty and fleshy, and it is what fresh green vegetable. It is used. So the stem are dried on. This is about, I am telling about the collection of fruit. The stems are dried under sun and later beaten, like how they are collecting the paddy. You can see how she is keeping the collected fruit with shoot system and dried in the sunlight. And then when you beat them, you can collect the fruit without any type of damages. A seed drill is a device. What do you mean by seed drill? It can be used. It's a device that shows seed. As I told, if the acres together, if you want to plant or if you want to cultivate, if you want to plan a cultivation land for fennel, the seed drill is a device, can be applied, can be used. That sows the seed for the crops by positioning them in the soil and burying. How much deep you are keeping, how deep it has to be kept. These all measures can be given to the instrument, and they will give uniformly the whole area. The whole acres of land will be planted. So this ensures the seeds will be distributed evenly. Some machines for metering out seed for planting are called planters. They used to feed and they are called planters. There are many machines are available. This is that machine you can see. They will dig the ground properly and the seed will be kept such that in the proper depth which will be feasible and which will be supportive for that particular plant development or the seedling development. So this is just the collection area. I have taken the photo which I shown, the heap of dried in sunlight and collecting area. And in this video you can see almost all the things which I have just mentioned. We can see that. And you see here, this is the plant. The plant is grown. It can go up to height can be 2-3 meters also it can grow. You can see the bulb, the white color, the leaf base. It's as a bulb is edible actually. As I told, this is the bulb which is fennel, the Formiculum vulgare, the species, different species actually. This is the fruit. The bulb also edible. This is the fruit. And the flowering, you can see the garden or the cultivation land, yellowish flower, you see how lengthy acres together. This is actually this is taken from Gujarat, this one, and next we will go to European country also. See how the flowers are yellowish color. So as we have discussed, it will be in August or in July, and immediately September the fruits will be ripened and it will be ready for you to collect them. So this is in Europe. They will not allow for the plant to grow very height or to give the fruit. They need the bulb, you see, they need the bulb. See how they are collecting the bulb and it's taken to the factory for packing into different form. They will clean it because there will be soil, dirts, debris, all these things will be there. So this is just to show about, I have mixed up, show about how the seedlings also, see for example, the small, how they develop the seedlings, how they are planting them. The machinery, I want to show how uniformly the distance will be kept by the machine in the whole area, and watering also, spray watering they used to do. And this you can see the spraying them so that uniformly it gets watering. And the calcareous loamy soil which we have discussed can be supplied so that a good yield. And collection also, you see how this is in Europe, they are collecting the bulb for their salad preparation. This is the company which, this is just to show you for salad like onion, they used to cut them and they can take the juice from, they can prepare as he is showing, and even they used to add with mushrooms and pieces of salad, tomatoes and other vegetables can be added along with this salad. This is very famous and very delicious, which has been used in European countries, and they will add some sauce, tomato sauces, and it will be dispensed, or it will be served. So this is a very important dish in European countries with the bulbs of fennel. So but we are not having in our syllabus or for medicinal purpose, we are not dealing with bulb, but we should know that even the bulb of the Formiculum vulgare umbelliferaceae family, the plant, is also having an edible effect. When we come to the fruit is an entire chemocarp. We are now dealing with the morphology or the macroscopy, which we want to study in very detail even in the lab. So as I told in the lab, students have to know about the words of botanical names very clearly. A fennel, you have to imagine, or you can take a fennel in the lab and you can observe. Or even now also you can take a fennel in your home. When you go home, you can take and you can observe. Fennel, when you see, it will be like this. It has two parts. So when you take a single fennel, this together, it is called chemocarp. And when you make it half, uniformly they will make it into half. This each part is called as mericarp. Understand? Mericarp. Two mericarps together, a chemocarp will be formed, and it will be joined by a lengthy tissue which is called carbophore. So when you split, one carbophore may also become two part. It will be stick to, so mericarp it can be. So like this, you can see, I will show that diagram also. So chemocarp and mericarp word, please remember. The fruit is an entire chemocarp. That is why it is called entire. This is fruit, entire chemocarp with pedicel. It will be having a pedicel below. You can see the picture. At that time, you can see very clearly. Pedicel, chemocarp. This side, what I have shown, that is one, and when you make it half also, I have shown in the picture, drawn, and it is shown when it is made into half and one is full. So this is chemocarp, and what is the half? Mericarp. Two mericarp together, chemocarp. Finished. That is what we have written. So what they have written there, this is chemocarp with pedicel. The down you can see pedicel. They have marked it as pedicel. Oval, oblong, and 5 to 10 millimeter long, the fruit. 2 to 4 millimeter broad. 2 to 4 millimeter broad. It has greenish brown to yellowish brown color with 5 prominent primary ridges. What is this primary ridges? See that the marking, the lines which is projected, ridges. Even in the yesterday's class also I told ridges like this, primary ridge and secondary ridge. You have to see the pictures which is charts which is hanging on the lab, so that it will be very interesting. And also whenever you are bringing to the lab, drawing the observation notebook, the rough copy, you have to compare with your section, with your microscope and the macroscopy, whatever you are seeing in the lab. That is the duty of the student. Whether we got the parts which were drawn, we have seen, observed, whether it is reality, that is what the student have to observe. So that is greenish brown, yellowish brown color with 5 prominent primary ridges and bifid. You see, bifid stylopod. It is bifid. It will be like this too. When it is removed, when you remove, it will become half will go to one mericarp, another half will go to another mericarp. You see, this is called a stylopod. That is the bifid stylopod. And the primary ridges, you see, primary ridges. Between the primary ridges, there will be the shallow, that is called secondary ridges. Understand? That is what we are showing here, secondary ridges. Can you see? I'm just showing to observe. The student should observe the green color. Now pedicel. This is the place where the pedicel. So the fruit, when you want to divide into two, when it is together, it is called cremocarp. And when it is half, it is called mericarp. I hope you listen. You will never forget, and it will be easy when you come to the lab. If you observe this, and you will never forget, it will be easy for you to write the exam without any difficulty. Again, I am repeating about the cremocarp and mericarp. You see this picture, the arrows will show you, the movement of the arrow should be observed by the student clearly. What is that? See the movement of the arrow once more. Sorry. Now you see the picture. Yes, the whole is called cremocarp together. Understand now, it is the drawn in the, that is two, the part, I made it a part and I have shown that. Secondly, single, one portion is called mericarp. Mericarp, you see, that is again the red color arrow is showing mericarp. Alone, this is one mericarp and this is one mericarp. And what is this place? See that? See the movement of that arrow. See the movement of the arrow. Again. As the surface. What is that called? Dorsal surface. It is called dorsal surface. You might have studied in anatomy, human anatomy, dorsal, ventral. So dorsal surface of a mericarp. What is this surface? You see this surface, internal surface. See again, I am telling. Internal surface, movement of this internal. This part is called, it is dorsal, means this is ventral. Usually we might have seen in human physiology, but here instead of ventral we are telling commissural surface. It is called commissural surface. You should note commissural surface. Understand? And what is that? The dark blue color is moving again. See here. It is, that is that carbophore. As I told, the carbophore, it will be the joining the two mericarp into cremocarp. The carbophore, even some of them sections when you seen together the carbophore, sometimes it is half they have seen. So due to that carbophore which joining the two mericarp into cremocarp. So that's what called carbophore. Understand? Carbophore. This students have to be very clear about this structure of the morphology or macroscopy. So this will make you to more detail about the macroscopy, and it will be easy for you to write what is the difference between a cremocarp, mericarp, and what all the parts which is present. When you take a transverse section also, you can identify this carbophore very clearly in the, and also you should know which is commissural surface and which is dorsal surface. So dorsal surface will be having primary ridges and secondary ridges. Commissural surface, what you will have, carbophore, you can see in the macroscopy. In microscopy, what all the parts will come, that is what we are going to discuss now. And pedicel also shown there in the mericarp, that is cremocarp. Understand? And now you see the transverse section. Now we are going to the microscopical characters. Transverse section of a mericarp, that means only one half you are taking as a transverse section. Understand? Don't think that transverse section of the whole cremocarp, one part. Mericarp region we are taking. Sometimes when you are doing section, even you can have the both the parts also. Most of the students, they have shown me a section of cremocarp also shown. So anyhow, mericarp section, both will be the same. opposite to each other, which will be joined by a carbophore. A transverse section of mericarp region in the fennel shows two predominant surface, that is dorsal and a commissural surface. Just now we discussed. So now again, after taking the section of the TS, I am showing that is the dorsal surface and this one will be the commissural surface. As I told, dorsal surface, outer surface, inner surface of a mericarp. You see, I am showing with the finger of the dorsal surface and this is the ventral surface. Understand? So these two you remember. And now the commissural surface, that means down, the commissural surface have what all the things which we have. Commissural surface, the inside surface, as before the slide I told, there is carbophore which is joining the two mericarps. So commissural surface have carbophore and there will be two vitae. You see here, this is carbophore. Another carbophore will be another part, but it's a half of a carbophore. So one what is it? Mericarp will have the carbophore and two vitae. And in dorsal surface, in the dorsal surface, in the picture which just now I told, dorsal surface, it has how many? It has 5 ridges. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 ridges. That is primary ridges. 5 primary ridges are seen. The mericarp, this is the mericarp is divided into one mericarp, you can see pericarp. Pericarp means there is an outermost, even when you take a mango, they used to say the pericarp. Pericarp means the outer epicarp, mesocarp, that is pericarp. And then we will go inside testa, the hardest part of the seed, and inside there will be soft one, that is called cotyledons. That you have to remember about the mango, the same thing, but it is bigger, this is small. The same thing we can see here also. So what is present? They have epicarp. Epicarp is the skin, you remember, that is the outermost. And there is a mesocarp which is spongy and tasty in the mango. Here also it is having a spongy area where there is vascular bundles and reticulate parenchyma are present. That we can observe in the section. Reticulate parenchyma is special character for fennel and it is part that is dotted, pitted it will be. Very clearly in powder microscopy also the reticulate, they used to say reticulate. Why they are telling reticulate? Pinkish color, the cells will have some dotted, pitted can be seen. Understand? So that is, and endocarp. Then comes the testa. Endocarp and testa. There is a marking most of the students have drawn due to by seeing this in the book. They have made a mistake by means of showing the testa inside the endosperm. Testa is only a line. The hard part of a seed is called testa. Before that we can say a small line which can be called as endocarp, and then comes testa and then comes endosperm. Understand? Here also we are telling testa is also present. That is what, and also comes to the area where you can see the vascular bundle is present in the mesocarp region, and also reticulate parenchyma is present in the mesocarp region. So you have to know about these all parts and you have to always remember about the basic parts what will be present in the botanical parts whenever you are writing any type of drugs. And this is a fruit, so you should remember what all the parts will be present in a fruit. So epicarp, remember the mango, the outermost carp, epicarp consists of polygonal cells. Cells will be polygonal. Understand? Polygonal, not square or rectangular. It is polygonal cells of epidermis which are tangential Tangential means it is elongated, rectangular, lightly elongated and covered with a cuticle. Outermost cuticle will be there. The section same I have shown again. And mesocarp, next you are entering into that. Mesocarp, the softest part, there you have to remember the reticulate parenchyma. Every ridges, below the every primary ridges, you will be having a reticulate parenchyma and vascular bundles which can be seen as a pink in color. If you stain properly, you can observe in your microscope very clearly and the student will be fantastic feeling when you do something and when you are observing. So that you have to perform when you come to the lab. And mesocarpus, this parenchyma cells with 5 bicolateral, even you can count also if you are interested in by microscope. 5 bicolateral vascular bundles will be present below each primary ridges. So there are 5 primary ridges in a dorsal region. So each primary ridges will be containing vascular bundles. There are 4 vitae. You count in the picture, 4 vitae in the dorsal region and 2 vitae in the commissural area. That is the measurements details. If you write immediately, they will think that the student is very fantastic reading and the memory will be there. Understand? They used to give you the complete full mark. So vascular bundles are 5 in number in all the 5 primary ridges and 4 numbers of vitae in the dorsal region and 2 vitae on the commissural or you can say as a ventral surface. This is about the parquetry layers, parquetry parenchyma which has been seen near to the vascular bundle in every primary ridges or every below the primary ridges. You can see the special character of fennel. All the parquetry or all the parenchyma, this reticulate parenchyma specifically, they will be pitted. That means you can see there is some dotted which can be seen inside the cells. That is called a specific reticulate parenchyma which is seen in the mesocarp of fennel. Inner epidermis of endocarp shows inner epidermis of endocarp shows parquetry arrangements. Parquetry arrangements means, what do you mean by parquetry arrangements? The cells are parallel to each other in an angle of acute. What do you mean by acute angle? You might have studied in your smaller classes in your geometry or in your geometrical mathematics, you might have studied about different types of angle, in which you might have studied the 3 types of angle: right angle, obtuse angle, acute angle. Obtuse angle is more than 90 degrees, maybe 120, 110 or 130, or even that you will say it is obtuse angle. Acute angle means less than 90, maybe 60, 70, 30, they are all called as acute angle. So uniformly parallel acute angle are groups or similar cells in different directions which can be seen as a layer. They are called as parquetry arrangements of cells, can be seen in endocarp of the fennel. This is called, the picture shows the parquetry arrangements. When you observe in 45x or even 100 or 45x itself, you can see these parquetry arrangements of cells in endocarp region can be easily observed as a special character of fennel. Testa, as I told, it is the hardest part of the seed, outermost part of the seed, outermost part of the endosperm. Testa is a single layer, tangentially elongated cell with yellow color in fennel. In other fruits like mango, you can see the hard part of the seed. Outermost of the cotyledons will be inside and outer will be hard. That is the testa part. Here it is yellow, thick walled, and it is yellowish color. And endosperm means interior. After the endocarp, after the testa, you are having endosperm with lots of aileron grains. What do you mean by aileron grains? Starch grains only we are telling aileron grains. Seed will be having always, we know that plenty of starch will be present in the form of grains. Aileron grains, and cells contain fixed oil also that is endosperm. And also they contain rosettes of crystals. What crystals? Calcium oxalate crystals are also present. Where? In the endosperm, inside the testa. That is, the seed part is having carbohydrate, especially the starch grains, aileron grains are present, and also you have to mention that rosette crystals of calcium oxalate are also present in the endosperm region of the umbelliferaceae fruit fennel. Aileron grains are protein body. It is specialized dry vacuole. That is why we are not telling it is starch, where storage protein accumulated in the stable form in the seed. We cannot say it is starch, but it is converted into a protein form, usually in the endosperm. So that is why we used to say proteinous. The seeds are proteinous in nature. Proteins, you can take protein diet. In that cereals are added. So that's why you can see this aileron grains means, as I told, it cannot be told as starch. It is converted into proteinous nature. It is protein body in a specialized dry vacuole where the storage protein accumulate and a stable form in the seeds. So this is present in the where it is present in endosperm. Usually in the endosperm, and you have after testa there is endosperm. The seed area of fennel was occupied by aileron grains. So aileron grains means, as I told before, you should not write it is starch grains. Don't write. As said, it's a mistake writing in starch grains. It will be converted into, because starch is a main food for the plant, that is why it's grains, but it will be converted into proteinous body, proteinous nature. The cell contains aileron grains in the form of aileron layer. And this is the picture just to show you in the form of outline. You can see the reticulate parenchyma. We have seen in detail, but still to remember the parts and to see the parts identification, I just added this slide for you. Vascular bundle and reticulate parenchyma is present where? In all the primary ridges. How many primary ridges are there? 5 primary ridges are there in the dorsal region of the mericarp. This is one mericarp. 2 mericarps together, it is called cremocarp, one fruit of fennel. And in one mericarp they have 5 primary ridges which contains 5 vascular bundle with reticulate parenchyma. And you should know about raphe is present, and also carbophore which connect the two mericarp to form cremocarp. And there are 4 vitae in the dorsal surface and 2 vitae in the commissural surface or ventral surface. And also you should know endosperm. The outer line which is shown in the endosperm, you can write 2 lines. One is as an epi, that is, for example, the endosperm or epicarp, you can say. Understand? And then you can say testa. Testa is the one part which the line you can say testa is the hardest part or the yellowish color, which is the outermost part of the seed area. And endosperm region, you have to write lots of alluron grains are formed, were present, which is the proteinous nature, which is formed from, it's the form of proteinous form, and also it contains calcium oxalate crystals in the form of rosette crystals, you have to mention. And the picture again I am showing you, as we have, it is very detailed. You can write in the dorsal region there are 4 vitae which is clearly observed, and in ventral region of a mericarp you can see 2 vitae and carbophore. And raphe is just we have shown it is not much light white in color, but usually when you take it will be brownish in color. And when you see here endosperm with alluron grains, and every primary ridges contain vascular bundle and reticulate parenchyma. And you have to write that is epicarp is the outermost part, and when you come to the endocarp, endosperm is different and endocarp is the first line and the second line is the testa. Testa and endocarp are more or less similar. They will be equal in lengthy, and then only after that only you will have the endosperm region with alluron grains. Powder microscopy, when you see, you will get fragments of epithelial cells of epicarp near to the testa which is present. With a smooth cuticle can also be observed, and very few anemocytic stomata. You can observe anemocytic stomata. Anemocytic. So you should know what do you mean by anemocytic stomata. That is why I told you stomata, there are different types of stomata. Which you have seen in Senna is parasitic stomata. There are cruciferous type of stomata. So what is the stomata decided by the adjacent cells, adjacent parenchyma cells will decide what type of stomata. So this stomata is an anemocytic stomata. And fragments of lignified reticulate parenchyma pitted and which is pink in color can also be observed, which is shown in the powder microscopy. Parquetry layer of mesocarp can be seen. What do you mean by parquetry layer? As I told, acute angle cells parallel to each other, which will give you a parquetry type of cells in a lining parallel to each other in the acute angle, as shown in the picture, have to be seen in as a parquetry layer. So you should know what do you mean by parquetry layer. Acute angle of cells which group of them parallel to each other, which gives an arrangement shown as in the picture. And fragment of yellow brown color of vitae, which is an oil cells, can also be seen. Vitae is nothing but they are the oil cells. The volatile oils are present in the form of yellowish oval shape of vitae, which we can see. Fragments of thick walled polygonal endosperm cells containing globules of fixed oil and Aleurone grains. What do you mean by aleurone grains? Proteinous nature of aleurone grains which are present in the seed part of where below the testa, where it is abundantly found in the endosperm area. You can see the picture where we have put arrow along with calcium oxalate crystals in the form of rosette crystals can be observed. Active constituents of phenol: 4 to 5% of volatile oil, trans anethol, estragol, phencone, flavonoids, coumarins, glycosides. These all are seen in them. The best varieties of phenol contains 4 to 5% of volatile oil. Primary constituents of volatile oil are 50 to 60% of anethol. A phenolic ester is also present. Understand? And 18 to 12 to 22% of phencone and a ketone structure is also present. But phencone and anethone are very important, which you should remember. Anethone, the structure CH2 double bond CH, CH3, which is just hidden by means of my video, and you have to just refer the structure properly from my handout. CH, double bond CH and a single bond CH3. And down it is OCH3 methoxy group for anethol. Phencone is chemically a bicyclic monoterpene. What do you mean by monoterpene? Diterpene, triterpene, sesquiterpene, tetraterpene, like that you might have studied. What do you mean by that? Terpenes are made up of isoprene units. 2 isoprene units, then we can say it is monoterpene. Actually, terpenes are having dimethyl allyl pyrophosphate or allyl pyrophosphate, penta pyrophosphate. These two together joints, and you will get, you have to remember about the various biosynthetic pathway, mevalonic acid synthetic pathway, which is used to produce cholesterol. So in that you might have studied that isoprene units are responsible for producing a terpene. So a monoterpene contains 2 isoprene unit. If it is cyclic, you can see like phencone is a cyclic monoterpene compound like camphor. So, which is a colorless liquid, and odor and taste is pungent and camphorous. It has a similar structure of camphor, little different. The oil of phenol has beta pinene, anisic acid, philandrin, and anisic aldehyde. Phenol also contain about 20% fixed oil and 20% protein. Actions and uses. When you talk about actions specifically, carminative, expectorant, aromatic, all due to anethol present and phencone. Uses: used in flatulent, anti-flatulent, excessive gas in the stomach or the bowel can be expelled. In dyspepsia, indigestion, upset in digestion can be used. That's why everywhere in the hotels they used to use this, and they used to keep in their table after food everyone used to chew phenol. And you can see a chronic cough and catarrh. What is this catarrh? Catarrh means actually a swelling, inflammation seen in the nose and in the throat, in the mucous membrane. You can see that complete definition as I told, the swelling, inflammation is a bind up of mucus in an airway or cavity of the body. It usually affects the back of the nose and throat or in the sinuses, air filled cavities in the bones of the face. It's often temporarily, but some people experience it for months or years. This is known as chronic catarrh that can be treated with phenol. Runny nose means we know that running nose, inflammation of the mucous membrane, especially in the nose or the throat, causing increase in the production of mucus. That's why running nose. It happens in common cold. And when we want to talk about in detail about the phenol's use, it is used in stomachache, aromatic, diuretic, increases urine outflow, carminatic, diaphoretic, as a digestive and and pectoral in the direction actually any type of pectoral disturbance in GIT, and also flavoring agent it can be used. And anethol may have estrogen like activity also, as I told. It will inhibit the spasm in the smooth muscle. Phenol can increase the production of bile and used in the treatment of infant colic and promotes menstruation in women and can increase lactation, acts as an antipyretic, antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory. And it is necessary for you to know about adulteration. Phenol is generally adulterated with exhausted phenol, and it's also without taking care, improper caring. If you take the harvesting time, sometimes it is adulterated with sand and dirt, and sometimes stem part or the weed seeds also sometimes which is growing along with the plant can also be added without the collection. Mistake can also be as an adulterator. Purposely, intentionally, non-intentionally adulteration you might have studied in your last semester. Intentionally, non-intentionally adulteration can also be occur in the phenol. And when it is exhausted, then its volatile oil is removed and then extracted with the alcohol and steam distillation can also be added. Fruit exhausted by water or steam are darker in color. By that you can identify. Containing less essential oil and shrinks in water. But those exhausted by alcohol are still 1 to 2% of oil is in them. That's about this phenol. Thank you. Have a great day. We'll have a discussion.